So let me. I'm gonna have to start that over because I just pushed the wrong button. So here's what we're gonna do. It's called A Mistake Live. So anyway,
it still looks and sounds good.
welcome to yourlocalnote.com. Got the right buttons pushed. I was just doing that to keep Mike on his toes, but as he said, everything looks and sounds good. We really appreciate you joining us for this vidcast. We got a really talented artist with us tonight, Jennifer Logue. Can't wait to hear her music. Can't wait to talk to her about her music. It's going to be a great night. So we appreciate you joining us. Check it out. It's Jennifer Logue. First song, it's her new single. It's called Jeans, and this is yourlocalnote.com.
Downtown east side, kisses are sweet by Eileen's grocery. Whisper cute things, things like rings, the bed leaves of my jeans. Pull me closer, trying to get a better hold on. A New York neighbor, a fly that you'll never get control of. Your phone's buzzing with girls who keep calling, but you don't give them your time. Cause you got what you want and you feel safe with me. Baby, I'm just your style. You like to wear me like a favorite pair of jeans. You like to wear me like a favorite pair of jeans. But you don't own me, you don't own me, you don't own me. Please. Cause baby, I've got a million pairs of jeans. I like my jeans a little tight, sometimes run me low. One day dark, another day washed, I never know now. Can't say the same, I need a change from shirted, studded, curvy to black and blue and chili too. My phone's buzzing with guys who keep calling, and I text them right back, cause they got what I need, and that's variety to make up for what we lack. You like to wear me like a favorite pair of jeans. You like to wear me like a favorite pair of jeans. But you don't own me, you don't own me, you don't own me. Please. Cause baby, I've got a million pairs of jeans. Don't you wear me out. 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 Don't you wear me. Don't you wear me. Don't you wear me out. You like to wear me like a favorite pair of jeans. You like to wear me like a favorite pair of jeans. But you don't own me, you don't own me, you don't own me. Please. Cause baby, I've got a million pairs of jeans.
And that is Jeans. The singer is Jennifer Logue, and this is yourlocalnote.com. Thanks again for joining us. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Seriously, I was just, really honored, honestly.
Well, that's nice of you to say. I appreciate that.
I am.
All right, let's quickly talk about the song Jeans. It's your single. It's the first song you've written in a while. What is this song about?
So Jeans is basically about being with someone that is really into you.
Okay.
You know, and
you're not into them?
And you're not as committed as they are. Because
Okay.
you have different pairs of jeans at home. You know, you're still not totally there yet. But you're enjoying it.
It's a comfortable pair of jeans.
Yeah, but you're their favorite pair of jeans. But
you're not they're not your favorite pair of jeans.
Because I have a few different pairs. So that's the whole idea behind that song.
So is this based on life experience?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote this actually a little while back in New York.
Okay.
With a group I was in called Draped in Green.
Okay.
And, you know, at the time, that was the mind space I was in. But we all grow and mature and whatnot.
Sure, yes.
But, you know, I think it's a really good headspace to be in.
Okay.
Like, you should never be too attached to anyone or anything because life is so unpredictable.
That's
Enjoy
true.
the moment.
That's true, but then sometimes you find the one.
And that's true. When you find the one, everything changes.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
And then you're the one.
Yeah.
So now I guess I can relate to the song in that I am that dude.
Okay.
And I'm like, you're my favorite pair of jeans. They're like, girl. I have a whole closet full.
Now, with most of your songs, or all your songs, is it mainly life experience that you have to live through it and then write about it?
Always.
Okay.
Always. I mean, you know, I do some writing too for other artists.
Songs?
Yeah, I
cool.
love writing songs.
Okay. You like to write just in general.
I just love to write songs. I always have a song in my head.
Okay.
You know, I'd be a crazy person if I wrote them all.
Okay.
So it's fun to have a challenge to work with a different artist and write a song about a certain thing, but there's always some sort of life experience. And
then you go from there. You have some sort of life experience, which is basically the start of it, and then you expand from there. So then that's when art comes in, creative licenses, and you want to make it sound good. But there is a nugget of truth in there.
Yeah, there's always got to be that authentic place, you know?
Yes.
It's
yeah. Well, there are some people, though, who just like to tell stories. Mm-hmm. This is the cool thing I like about what we do here in talking with the artists and the songwriters. I'm fascinated about, by people who can do this because I can't. I can't do this. I'm a horrible guitar player. It's just, so I watch people come in, and we've been doing this now for over 4 years, and how, especially the people who just taught themselves. That just drives me crazy because I had to pay and just, and be miserable that way. But the thing is, so I admire the people who can it just comes naturally to them. And I then want to know, okay, what is it? How does that come about? And I'm fascinated. Some people, like yourself, they need to experience it in order to write about it. Other people just like, the idea pops in their head and they write a story about it.
Or, maybe something I didn't experience directly, but like something is either... You'll have happy moments, you'll have sad moments. You'll have... So for me, it's like that... The baseline of the moment. Like, sometimes I'll apply that if it's an interesting story. It's like... It can almost be like acting, almost.
Yep, sure.
You're playing different roles. But for my own music, it's for my own self-expression. So when I'm writing for myself, it's 99.9% of the time a life experience.
Okay, next question.
It's my therapy.
Next question. Do you write more and you feel you write better when you're experiencing tough times or when you're in a good mood and things are going well?
So I've noticed a lot of the songs that I write are very sad.
Okay.
And it's because it's when I'm going through the tough times I want to write and I just want to be alone, and I don't like to burden people with my presence if I'm going through if I'm having a bad day or something. I'm the type of person I'd rather go home and write a song about it instead of
sharing
go out and be like, oh, I'm not in a good mood. I don't want to be here. So I guess a lot of my songs end up being sad because when I'm happy, I'm out and about. I'm like, woo, things
and
you're
not sitting down writing.
Yeah, and so I need to balance that out better. Gotta write some happy songs.
But we have found that the majority of songwriters will admit that they write more and better when they're down, when they're experiencing tough times. And I guess part of it is just it's a way to work your way out of it.
It's therapy.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
God, it is, and I'm so lucky to have it.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
So lucky.
I find it fascinating. So when you're writing this is a single. What I'd like to do is let's play the next song, and then we'll come back because you've had an interesting journey through music because you were originally from Philly, moved to New York, were there for a while. Now you're back.
Yep.
And you took a break from music for a little bit.
I did, for making it.
Yes. So let's talk about that when we come back.
Cool.
All right. The song we're going to play now is called Damned. It's from her album Split Sessions, and we're hanging with Jennifer Logue on yourlocalnote.com.
You can be what you want to be. Make sure to sit up straight. Never frown or smile. Do what your mama told you. And better cross those legs, yeah, yeah. Dream big, study hard, girl. There's nothing you can't do. You may get better grades than the boyfriend, but it'll still get paid more than you. What do they want from me? What do they want from me? I don't really care what they want from me. I'm gonna do it my way. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you will, damned if you won't. So hey, go make your money, honey, go do what you want. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. She's stopping for no one, strapping her high heels on. She may not wear the pants, but she'll fire your ass. She'll make sure the job gets done. Whoa. Yeah, she's got the power, but they say she's obsessed. She should get married, go raise a family. Stop acting so much like a man, like a man. Tell me it's not for me. Tell me it's not for me. I don't really care what they want from me. I'm gonna do it my way. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you will, damned if you won't. So hey, go make your money, honey, go do what you want. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you will, damned if you won't. So hey, go make your money, honey, go do what you want. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you will, damned if you won't. If you do, if you don't, if you will, if you won't, go make your money, do what you want, if you do, or if you don't.
And that is Damned by Jennifer Logue on yourlocalnote.com. It's from the album Split Sessions, and that was your latest album, is that correct?
Latest full length. I mean, I did that a few years ago, and then I, moved back to Philly from New York, and I hadn't recorded anything up until I recently recorded Jeans.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Let's talk Damned. Let's talk about that, and then we'll go into your background.
Sure.
Okay. What is Damned about?
So Damned, I wrote about being a woman in business. Now, I didn't have my own business at the time. I was when I wrote it, I was working in corporate. I was a front office coordinator, fancy word for a receptionist at a company.
Front office coordinator, I like that.
And I just noticed the culture, at a conversation with a few of the female executives, and sometimes you're stuck between a rock and a hard place because you're either too sexy at work, or you dress too much like a man. It's or you behave too much like a man. So it's there's no happy medium.
Right. And if a guy is a hard ass, he's a hard ass.
And that's applauded.
And if a woman is a hard ass, she's a bitch. Mm-hmm. And so I know what you're talking about. I've got several friends who have tried to move, who have moved up the corporate ladder, and it's been difficult for them, and they've had to go through tough times, and they've had to stand their ground.
It gets, I think it has gotten better since I wrote the song, but it was just something, I had to write something about it, because I really didn't know any songs at the time that dealt with that issue.
Okay.
So,
all right, very cool. All right, so you grew up in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when you got into music, is in this area?
Oh, yeah. I started songwriting when I was 14, I guess.
Okay, young.
I'm really young.
Did you go to school for this? Or
I mean, I took voice lessons as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I took a few guitar lessons, but the funny thing with guitar is you gotta really, I felt like I got better teaching myself and just kind of tinkering around on it.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I played in the marching band, I played the flute and stuff. Music was always a big part of my life growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I was really lucky to have that.
Okay.
But yeah, I got my start here.
And then when did you decide to move to New York?
Well, it's college time.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to go to New York. I want to, be a songwriter.
You went to school in New York?
So I went to Fordham.
Okay.
And it was the Lincoln Center campus.
Okay.
So I was able to do my studies and then, go and do sessions and just get experience recording. Because it's funny, I listened to some of my demos from when I was 14 last night. Just out of morbid curiosity. I don't know why I did that. They're on my old iPod, and doing all of that hustling and going into those sessions, you really grow as a singer, as a writer, and I can't listen to that old stuff anymore because I'm just oh, this is awful. What were you thinking? But yeah, it was a good time.
And then you graduated, and then you moved, and you stayed in New York.
I stayed in New York for a little while, and I mean, somehow I fell into on-camera reporting for this little website up there. Mm-hmm. And I got to go to Fashion Week. I got to interview my idols, Bon Jovi and who else? James Taylor on the red carpet, Billy Joel. So that was really cool, and I learned that I liked the music journalism and, music reporting side just as much, because then I could have conversations with my favorite artists.
Right.
And, gush about the things that I love. So I started writing up there too, doing some music reviews and yeah, I got involved with a band up there called Draped in Green, and we had a few
good run,
small successes. Good. And life happens, and that project ended when people had to move to England and Moldova.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
C'est la vie, right?
Yes. So you're in New York, your band is breaking up, and you said, okay, it's time to go home.
Yeah, I felt really heartbroken, to be honest.
Okay.
'Cause, we
So
had
this
such
was
a
not
great
something
energy.
you wanted, but it
No,
happened.
it just happened, and I was like, you know what? I guess I've been in New York for a while. Maybe it's time to try something new. I didn't really feel the energy of the city anymore. I was starting to feel like broken.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved back to Philly temporarily. Moved back home with Mom.
Mm-hmm.
She loved that. Whew. She loved that.
Yes, it's amazing how if you go away and then come back.
It's like you're a kid again.
And yeah,
so funny.
how much they treat you so much differently. I know when I graduated from college, I told my parents, I'm like, this is my graduation present to you, and they're like, what? I'm not coming home. And my dad was like, really?
Yes.
and our relationship just got so much better after that. So it's amazing how that dynamic works. So you move back home, you're hanging out with Mom, you start a website.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't start the website right away. I started going to open mics in Philly because when I was in New York, I backpacked through Europe for a few months, just like touring, I guess you would say.
Sure.
Like I just put it together myself. So
Okay.
I wanted to do it. I was like,
Okay.
I just want to go to Europe and play. And I realized that a really great way to learn a city and to get involved in the community is just go to the open mics and hang out, go to every single one, and you'll eventually meet people. And the thing with Philly was every open mic I went to, I'm like, what?
There's some
These
good,
people are
good.
insanely good.
Yeah.
And, I have New York friends who are like, oh, how's life in Philly? I can't
Yes.
believe you moved. But honestly, like, I've been meeting mad talented people here, and the creative space was different. And I decided to start the website, and I said, you know what? I think I want to stay here. Like, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have said that, before I went to college and stuff. But yeah, it's a great scene, and I keep discovering more and more artists, and I keep falling in love more and more every day. Seriously, it's just a musician's dream to be here.
It is. There is a ton of talent, and when we started this, we didn't know what to expect because both Mike and I are not from this area. My wife's job actually brought us down here. Mike went to LaSalle. He's originally from just outside of Boston.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Good stuff.
we came here and we actually worked together at the station WPHT. Shut up. WPHT, and we were talking about just music radio. Even though that was a news talk station, we were talking music radio. He wanted to break into it. I was leaving it, and we just discussing different things, and we came up with this idea. And the big question was like, well, we don't know what kind of talent is here, but we quickly discovered a ton of talent. I mean, I've sent out so many emails to people who I thought were good, who haven't answered them, that I know I'm going to run into them at some point down the road, and we'll get them back in. So I'm not concerned that we'll run. And we've interviewed well over 200 musicians and bands.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and we're going to continue to do this, and this is the fun part. Is talking to the musicians, finding out what they're doing, hearing their music. The other fun part is now we're getting musicians coming back to us with their second album or their third album, and you hear it. It's like, wow, you can hear the development, and that's something that I think is lost in music. It used to be like that, but it's not like that anymore because the record companies are like, here's your shot. If you don't make it, see you later. No one's gonna, no one's gonna talk to you again. But it used to be you'd do your first album, didn't do well. Do a second album, okay, there's something there. Third album, oh wow, I like this song and that song. Fourth album, all of a sudden you're starting to hear more and more hits. You don't have that opportunity to do that with record companies. You do now with the internet.
Right.
And this is what we want to do here. We want people, that's why I said you're with us now. You can't get rid of us.
That's awesome. No, it's great.
So
I
the
love
next
what you
time
guys
you
are
have a
doing.
new song, you just send it to us.
Definitely. That'll be coming soon.
We'll play it, and we'll, it's up to people who are listening to tell us. We're not music critics. We don't want to be music critics. We want to be people who provide music.
Right.
And new music and great music. And we feel here is a great opportunity. So you then got back into songwriting, what, about a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, so what happened was I've been playing around town. Like when Rock on Philly has events, I always play, but I was playing my old stuff.
Right.
And then this year, not mix a little heartbreak with a health scare, with losing a friend, like the death of a friend. I was starting to get really down, and I had this gaping hole, and music was always that thing, that songwriting was always that thing that I went to. I didn't have that, and it was awful. And then what really brought me back was Ron DiSilvestro at Forge Recording.
Okay, yeah, Ron's a good guy.
They wanted me to do a story about the recording experience there at Forge. And I become so far removed from my artist side, it's scary. I was like, oh, well, I'll come in and I'll interview, or I'll interview an artist there about their experience, or I'll sit in on a studio session and write like from a third person objective perspective. And he was like, no, actually, I think you should record a song with us. And I'm like, okay. And I gotta tell you, I was terrified because, I hadn't been in a studio in a bit. I'd been singing live and everything, but studio singing is totally different. But they made me feel great, and they brought my confidence back.
Good.
Like, I stopped looking at myself as an artist, and I finally, what this whole experience has taught me is it's just about being authentic. It's not whether it's good or bad. It's just being real. Like, that's what music is about. And all of this brought me back to what's important. So I'm glad I took a break, because I stripped away all the nonsense because I did get a little bit caught up when I was in New York about the hype and the promotion.
Yes.
And you know what? I really don't give a crap about that now. I just want to make good music and, make it, if one person hears it
and likes it
and it touches them, or it makes them feel better, like, that's all that matters to me at this point. So,
are you in the process of putting songs together so you can record a full album or an EP or something like that?
Yeah, I want to finish up with a few more songs at Forge. I have a few songs I've been playing live for a while that never got recorded.
Okay.
Draped in Blue, If, and Shine.
Okay, you play these live, but you don't.
Yeah, I haven't recorded them, and they're some of my favorite songs.
Okay.
That I recorded with wrote with my songwriting partner Alex Gale, who he lives in England now.
Do you still keep in touch with him?
Oh yeah, we still do writing sessions.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Over Skype and such.
Nice. Yes, I mean, technology helps that way.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he's so excited because we finally recorded Jeans, which is a song that we wrote together.
Right.
As Draped in Green, and he's just been so excited about it.
Nice.
Now that because it sounds wonderful, and it's a soulful song, and it needed that Philly soul in there.
Yes.
And Ron and Brendan and Will, they brought it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's play Black and Blue, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about that. And there's some other things I want to talk to you about. And then we'll talk about where people can find your music and where they can see you. Basically, if it's an open mic, they may be able to find you, right?
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I have a show coming up at the Tin Angel.
Okay. We'll talk about that when we come back. Okay? All right. The song is Black and Blue. It's from the album Split Sessions. And we're hanging with Jennifer Logue on yourlocalnote.com.
That in the big city I've got it made. paint a pretty picture, but knows I can't lie to you. And so I write in the city lights. I guess I'm doing alright in the dead of the night. I guess that I'm still alive, still alive. I guess that I'm still alive, still alive. And oh, I know that the streets aren't paved with gold. And I have learned you can't take the same road home.
The song is called Black and Blue. Jennifer Logue is the singer, songwriter, and it's off her album Split Sessions. The one thing I noticed about your music is you don't get pigeonholed into one type of genre. You like to do anything, it seems like whatever you feel like. Whatever mood strikes you, you're going to go with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with me. I'm a songwriter, so I love all kinds of music. And so I don't really discriminate in terms of like, oh, I'm this kind of artist. Because I feel like music now, people are really transcending genres more than ever.
I agree.
So yeah, with that song, I mean, I was just feeling like, you know, beaten down, broken in New York, feeling like a French noir film, you know, staring into the rain.
There's that old time feel to it.
With the cigarette I don't smoke and like the glass of wine, a nice glass of wine, staring at the rain, mumbling in French that I can't speak.
Okay.
But that was the vibe of that tune. So.
Okay. Where I felt like your first song that we played, Jeans, there was a more pop sound to it.
Yeah, more pop, more upbeat. Yeah, definitely more of a commercial feel with that one. And yeah, I mean.
Do you write your music first or your lyrics first? Or it depends?
Usually I get an idea of a melodic idea with a lyric attached to it.
Okay, so there's a combo.
It always comes as that hook. The hook always comes first, and then I build around the hook.
Very nice.
So that's usually how it happens.
Okay, and so the mood of the song is based entirely what mood you're in at the time that it strikes your fancy. It's
all about the feeling, you know. When I'm happy or if I'm feeling carefree, you're gonna get a song like Jeans.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm sad, you're gonna get a song like Black and Blue. So.
Okay. Now, Split Sessions, how many songs were on that album?
That was 8 total, including the remix of Incognito.
Okay.
Which I ended up liking the remix more than the original because my rapper friend sped it up and rapped on top of it. And I thought that sped up version, it was more in line with the energy I wanted.
Okay.
We recorded it a little too slow in the studio, I think.
Okay.
But
all right. So, how many songs did you put together for that to pick from to get that album?
The Split Sessions?
Yeah.
You know, that was just a combination of like the best songs that I had been performing at the time.
Okay. So you had an idea of what songs you wanted before you even got in there? Because sometimes bands will walk in or artists will walk in and have 14, 16 songs and then they whittle it down to 12 or 10 or something like that.
Oh, this was on a Jennifer Logue budget, so we had to plan ahead.
Okay.
We actually did that entire album. We did all the recording, I think, in 2 days?
Okay.
2 days at Montrose Studios in Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Amazing team.
How did you get hooked up with that studio?
My friend Alan Halsey, who is a stupidly talented, I mean, just one of the most talented people I've ever met. Singer, songwriter, amazing guitar player, great ear for music. He really, he liked my songs, but he was able to add a musicality to it. He went to Berkeley. I didn't go to school for music. I went to school for English lit. So
Okay.
I'm good for lyrics and good for melody, but when it comes to really doing advanced things with music, like I really thrive when I'm working with like through and through musicians.
Okay.
And he plays everything. And he decided, he was like, you know what, Jen, how about we go down to Virginia? My friend Adrian and his dad, they own a studio down there. It's on a farm. There's a house for the musicians. It's a magical place. Okay. So we were able to record all day and all night. We barbecued. It was just such that's the way you make a record. You get out of New York, you go into the country, and you just play songs by the fire, and it was so much fun. And funny story, Alan now is in Istanbul, and he's like a huge star over there.
Okay.
Yeah, because he speaks Turkish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, interesting guy. And Adrian is in a band called Avers.
Okay.
And they are doing so well.
All right.
They're amazing.
And
you got to check them out.
They're in New York?
They're based out of Richmond.
Oh, okay.
But they recently opened up for the Foo Fighters.
Nice.
And
Avers, Avers?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm a huge fan. They're so good.
Okay.
Anyway, I can go on tangents all day long, but that's how that song came about.
Okay, very cool. All right, then where can people find you to hear you sing and perform?
I just redid my website. It's not very good. I'm awful at web design. I'm not good at designing web stuff for myself.
But you've designed stuff for other people?
Yeah, like I built the Rock on Philly website. Like I'm just bad at I'm bad at designing stuff for myself for some reason. I don't know. But show dates are on there. I'm playing Songwriters in the Round at the Tin Angel.
Nice.
David Bowie edition.
Okay.
We'll all do a David Bowie cover.
Well, that's cool.
Corey Wade from America's Next Top Model is going to be performing too.
Okay.
He's so talented and sweet.
So what David Bowie song are you going to sing?
I have no idea yet. I got to figure that out.
Do you have to go in beforehand and say this is the song I'm singing, or are you?
I got to claim it soon because I think all my choices may have been claimed already by the other artists. But I'll figure out something.
Okay.
But I'm playing CMJ also this year, an official showcase on the 14th in New York with Brian LePan Trio, New Sweden, Ill-Fated Natives, with all these bands I'm like obsessed with.
Okay.
You got to check those guys out too.
We will. We will. And then people can find your music on your website?
Yeah. Jeans is on Bandcamp right now. Everything's on Bandcamp, I think.
And it would be bandcamp.jenniferlogue or?
Yeah, it's, I think it's...
bandcamp.com/jenniferlogue?
Yeah.
Bandcamp.com?
Or something like that. I think that's it.
Their name comes first, then Bandcamp.
Ah, got it.
But if you go to my website, I think there's a
all
link.
The info's there?
All the info, jenniferlogue.com.
Okay.
Funny story about the website, though.
Okay.
I always wanted jenniferlogue.com when I was a kid, but someone already had it. So I did jenniferloguemusic.com.
Okay.
And for my entire career, I've had Jennifer Logue Music. And a year ago, jenniferlogue.com became available. So I was like, I won't renew the domain for Jennifer Logue Music, and I'll just take Jennifer Logue.
Right.
What I didn't realize was that domain name has a lot of strength now because of all the years I spent touring. And some woman in England
took it. Jennifer Logue Music.
And she's blogging now from England.
Oh, no.
And people think it's
you.
And I'm like, this is not me.
You know what?
Like, it's not. I'm not going to say anything publicly, but it's definitely not me.
Okay.
And people get confused because that's the first thing on Google. So note to people out there, if you're going to change your domain for your website, keep the old one. You
didn't keep the old one.
I didn't. I learned the hard way.
So now jenniferloguemusic.com is not
That's
you.
not me. That's jenniferlogue.com.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
Whoops. And there's no contact info. Like, I try to contact this woman. I've tried tracking her down on Facebook, and like, there's no way of. There's not even like a contact me.
Go to England.
Is there? Is it stuff that you really cringe when you see? You cringe. Oh, that's awful. That's awful.
How much do you want for it?
And it's your name. Well, I'm sure at some
Whoops.
point, pretty soon, I think you're gonna just surpass her, and no one will even think twice about it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Very
But
cool.
just to let people know, don't ever do that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad we learned something today. Okay. So we can't give up any of our domain
Don't give
names.
up your local note.
That's right.
No.
We won't do that. Okay. Let's go with the last song here, Incognito. Now, you said there was a remake to this. You
Yeah.
recorded it one way and then remade it?
Yeah, it was actually a total surprise. So in New York, I co-hosted a food show called Best in the City.
Okay.
And it was with this production company called Grinding NYC/AM Media Group.
Mm-hmm.
And AM is this really talented MC. And he surprised me. Like, I had a rehearsal with Draped in Green for, like, we were opening up for CeeLo at Virgin Mobile Free Fest a
Nice.
few years back,
Nice.
which was an amazing thing. But at the rehearsal, Em was like, "Jen, I have a surprise for you." And he had my track, but he sped it up and he rapped on top of it. And I was like, this I love so much. Like, when people ask for Incognito, I always give that version. 'Cause
Okay.
it's like, it's a symbol of our friendship. And it was just such a lovely thing. And I love it sped up. It has great energy. And he's a great MC. I was honored. It was really cool. So, yeah.
Okay. And that's the version we're going to hear right now?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Well, before we get to it, thank you so much. It was
thank
a
you.
pleasure hanging out with you.
Likewise.
And we hope to have you back soon when you complete your album, because then we want to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, keep us up to date on everything else you're doing.
Totally.
All right. Very
Love
cool.
to be back.
All right. Now, this vidcast will be up on the 28th.
Yep.
Is that correct? All right. And then I know we have another vidcast actually a week from tonight.
All right.
I told you that we weren't going to do that, but I decided why not? And I'm looking it up right now to tell you who it is. And, of course, I didn't write it down. So we do
all
have a
good.
vidcast coming up on Monday.
It's a surprise.
Monday.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter to find out who it is.
There we go. That's right.
Bam.
So I thought I'd put it
Bam.
down. I'm so angry with myself because I do this all the time. Mike will be like, okay, when's the next vidcast? And I'll tell him the day. Who is it? I can't remember. But we have one. It will definitely be Monday. Okay?
Awesome.
All right. At 7:15. Jennifer, again, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. This is awesome.
Good.
This
I'm
is
glad
so
you
cool.
enjoyed it.
It's
Very
definitely
good.
really cool. Love what you guys are doing.
All right. Wrapping things up with Incognito from the album Split Sessions from Jennifer Logue. And this is yourlocalnote.com.
Can't see me, I don't really think can't see myself in the mirror, but the mirror don't help, baby. Chelsea's guilt, baby. Think about the times we so crazy. Used to have dreams of the future kiss. Really didn't know what the future is. Hey, me by myself, you all alone like grandma. Well, delete me on Facebook. Damn, I swear that hurt, man. Thought you was on my team, girl, but that was another man's jersey. Sure, the situation, the liquor snuck up on me in person. She leaves. Maple, never dated an actress to act like angels.
Sometimes I want to be alone. Sometimes I don't want the world to know. So I put on my shades and away I go incognito. Sometimes I don't know what I'm here for. Sometimes I feel so damn insecure. So I put on my shades and I'm at the door incognito. This world can be crazy. Oh, it's just all too much for me. So I cover with my face. Won't you give me some space? I don't want to show and tell. Sometimes I want to be alone. Sometimes I don't want the world to know. So I put on my shades and away I go incognito. Sometimes I feel like it's all going wrong, and I just wanna listen to my songs. So I put on my shades, yes, I'm moving on incognito. This world can be crazy, oh, it's just all too much for me. So I cover up my face, won't you give me some space? I don't wanna show and tell. But maybe one day, someday, finally we will get to meet. Sometimes I want to be alone. Sometimes I don't want the world to know. So I put on my shades and away I go incognito. Sometimes I don't know what I'm here for. Sometimes I feel so damn insecure. So I put on my shades and I'm at the door incognito. 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 Incognito.